It's Friday, July the 17th, 2014. I'm Nikki Gordon-Bloomfield, and this is episode number 43 of T.E.N, Transport Evolved News for the week beginning July the 14th, 2014. The current US administration might want more Americans to dump the pub for good in exchange for a plug, but that doesn't mean it's about to step into the battle between Tesla Motors and auto dealer associations across the US. Responding this week to an official online petition calling for the White House to legislate in favour of Tesla's direct-to-customer sales model in every single state, and signed by more than 138,000 people, the White House basically told petitioners that they were on their own. As you know, laws regulating auto sales are issues that have traditionally sat with lawmakers at the state level, a White House spokesperson said. However, we understand that preempting current state laws on direct-to-customer auto sales would require an act of Congress. And that, said the White House, is something it's not prepared to do for Tesla right now, essentially telling Tesla, its fans and legal team that they're on their own for now. BMW announced a new deal with battery supplier Samsung SDI this week, which will see the number of batteries purchased for BMW's plug-in car programs increase by between 20 and 30% in the next 2 years. Samsung SDI, which currently produces lithium-ion battery packs for consumer electronics giant Apple, as well as the battery packs used in BMW's i3 and i8 plug-in cars, will stand to make several billion euros from the new deal. BMW, meanwhile, will stand to gain a steady supply of lithium-ion battery cells to expand its electrified car lineup. While BMW says some of the expanded battery pack order will be used to increase production volumes on both the i3 EV and i8 plug-in hybrid, the rest of the battery cells will be used to bring BMW's upcoming X5 eDrive plug-in hybrid crossover SUV to market. The Nurburgring Nordschleife, or Green Hell as it's called by locals, is one of the world's most famous racetracks, and at nearly 13 miles in length, the Nordschleife is a true mecca for petrolheads from around the world seeking to tame its 154 turns in as quick a time as possible. This week, however, Toyota set what it claimed was a new world record on the Nordschleife in the Toyota Prius plug-in hybrid, a fuel efficiency record, if you will. Sadly, the spectacle of a Toyota Prius plug-in hybrid taking nearly 20 minutes to go around the circuit isn't all that exciting, nor is the claimed 698 mpg fuel economy of the trip, using just 5 teaspoonsful of gasoline and the energy stored in its 4 kilowatt-hour lithium-ion battery pack. Unfortunately for Toyota, however, the whole thing was just a really clever publicity stunt, which some of our clever readers tell us worked out to a real-world 98 miles per gallon equivalent, if you add the electricity used on during the lap. It's official. Tesla's third-generation electric car, the one previously called the Tesla Model E until Ford threatened legal action, has a new name, the Tesla Model 3. Announced this week in an exclusive interview with British-based Auto Express, Tesla CEO Elon Musk said the third-generation car, which we've been jokingly calling the Tesla Model 3 for several weeks, would be represented by 3 bars, giving the Model 3 an unmistakable name. The thing we're not sure about yet is how those 3 bars will be written. Auto Express implies the 3 bars will be written vertically, like the Roman numeral 3. We, however, think that Tesla will opt to use the mathematical symbol used to denote strictly equal to, or if you didn't take further maths, that. It's like an E, but not quite, and it also matches the way Tesla writes the E in its name. We like. In the same interview with Auto Express, Elon Musk went on to disclose that Tesla's very first customers, those with the iconic limited edition Tesla Roadster, would soon be getting a special upgrade option for their aging sports cars, a brand new battery pack. Unlike the original battery pack, which offered an EPA-approved 244 miles of range per charge, Musk said the new pack, which uses Tesla's latest battery pack chemistry, would offer up to 400 miles of range per charge. What isn't clear yet is how much the pack will cost, or if it will add supercharger capability to Tesla's first-generation car. We're hoping the answer is yes, and that the cost is around the $12,000 mark, because that's how much Tesla was charging Roadster owners back in the day for pre-buying a replacement battery pack for their car. The key to automotive driving success isn't developing computer systems that can outthink a human, but developing computer systems that can think like a human. That's according to Martin Zierhaus, director of Nissan's Silicon Valley Research Center in Sunnyvale, California, who told the Automotive News this week that automakers need to stop thinking of cars as pieces of hardware and start thinking of them as software. What the auto industry has to come to is a shift from thinking about the car as a physical mechanical system, Zierhaus explained. Autonomy, autonomous systems, is about understanding how humans do that and then replicating it with software. But would you be keen on riding a car that thought like you did? Let us know in the comments below. Staying with Nissan for a second, its CEO Carlos Ghosn gave an update this week on its fully autonomous vehicle roadmap. Unlike last year, when Ghosn promised we'd be seeing autonomous cars by 2020, he now appears to be promising a more measured rollout of autonomous driving technology, starting first with autonomous parking and low-speed self-driving tech in the next 2 years. Then, Ghosn says, we should expect to see lane-changing capabilities and eventually intersection navigation autonomy by the end of the decade. Although it might not be the fully autonomous driving experience we dream about, it's pretty darn close. And if it makes our roads safer, I'm all for it. Hyundai's first mass-produced Tucson hydrogen fuel cell car, with an EPA-approved range of 265 miles per fill, has just successfully driven 435 miles without needing a top-up. Driven by pro-fuel cell advocates Marius Bornstein and Aunt Jean Hartvig, the Hyundai Tucson was driven from Oslo, Norway, through to Malmö, Sweden, passing through Gothenburg in Sweden and Copenhagen in Denmark along the way. Initially, the duo had planned on stopping in Copenhagen, but upon arrival there they realised the car had plenty of range left, so carried on until the car ran dry. While it's nice to see that the team squeezed all that extra range out of the FCV, it's worth noting that their techniques, extreme hypermiling would guess, would extend the range of any car by a similar proportionate amount. So this is more about the importance of eco-driving techniques rather than a particular vehicle's range per fill or charge. Just like any other internet-connected device, any car with built-in two-way remote communication between it and the outside world has the potential to be the victim of an unauthorized hacking attempt. That's a fact that's been reiterated this week very clearly with the news that Tesla's flagship Model S sedan, which comes with fully internet-connected capabilities as standard, has been successfully hacked by the security researchers at Qiwu 360. The Chinese security firm, also a co-organizer of the SciScan 360 conference we told you about last week, says its researchers discovered the flaw ahead of this week's conference, and $10,000 Hacker Tesla competition being held during the event. Qiwu hasn't given any specifics of what exactly the flaw is, but Tesla Motors is reportedly very interested in working with a security company to ensure that no one can gain access to your nice, expensive electric car without your say-so. It doesn't matter if you drive an electric car, bicycle, or use public transport on a day-to-day basis. Your personal carbon footprint always soars when you soar in an aeroplane. But at this week's Farnborough International Air Show in the UK, however, Airbus, better known for its long-haul A380 double-deck, wide-body, 4-engine jet airliner, has been demonstrating its greener side with a plane that produces no tailpipe emissions whatsoever. Enter the E-Fan, an all-electric prototype airplane which can fly for between 45 minutes and an hour on a single charge of its 10 kilowatt-hour lithium polymer battery pack. What's more, the small personal all-electric airplane is set to enter into production in 2017, and its bigger brother, a kind of plug-in hybrid airplane called the E-Thrust, could be flying certain commercial routes within 10 years. It just goes to show that you don't always have to stay on the ground to plug in. That's it for this week. Don't forget to join us next week for another episode of T.E.N. And in the meantime, visit www.transportevolved.com for all the Evolved transport news that's fit to print. Subscribe to our channel and other shows on YouTube, and join us for our Transport Evolved News panel talk show later on today, when we'll be discussing these stories and others. I'm Nikki Gordon Bloomfield, and until next time, stay juiced up!